invite you to our homepage. Join Channels TV on social media. Hang out with us on Google Plus/Channels Television. Follow us on Twitter.com/Channels TV_NG. Friend us on Facebook.com/Channels Forum. And don't forget to like our page. That's not all. Subscribe to our YouTube channels. YouTube.com/Channels Web to get constant video updates and news and events in Nigeria and around the world. ChannelsTV.com. The news at your fingertips.
Okay, we're back again with another action-packed edition of Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Thanks for joining in. My name is Austin Okodakpan. On the show today, we'll talk about basketball. We'll take a look at football. Yes, the UEFA Champions League match day 2 is around the corner. And we'll also talk a little bit about the Olympics. But first, let's come back home and talk a little bit about basketball. Yes, it's no more news that Nigeria's women's basketball team, the Tigers, they will not feature at the 2012 FIBA World Championship that will take place in Turkey. The reason is simple. They failed to qualify at the just concluded Afro-Basket Women's Championship that took place in Maputo, Mozambique. That game they played against Mali. They lost that game. The results will be on your screen any moment from now. But just to also let you know that I have Toby Peters in the studio and also Kunle Phillips. Good to have you on the show, guys.
Yeah, good evening, Austin. It's nice to be on the show tonight.
Okay. Toby?
Yeah, good to be here and to talk sports.
Okay. Quickly, let's talk about women's basketball. Sadly, there's no woman here to talk about it. But Kunle, tell me, I know that they didn't give us the sort of results we were expecting, but time and time again, we have emphasized the need for proper preparation. Should we cut this lady some slack?
Well, for me, I think the ladies gave their all. They tried the best, and the first 3 games they didn't do well. Particularly the game against Mali, they were very bad. They played very poorly, but of course they came back and won against Cape Verde and Kenya before the tone was set for the quarterfinal contest between them and the Mozambican team. That's the host team. But of course they gave their all. If not for, I think I want to say it was a momentary loss of concentration on their part, because they were at some point, it was about a minute to the end of that game, they had a 7-point lead, and of course so sad and disheartening that at the end of the game we ended up losing by 77 to 74. So sad. And of course the coach of the side, that's Scott Inaji, actually came out to say that I think he said the girls actually gave their all, but he actually said the Nigerian Basketball Association didn't do their best, as that's from him. He said they didn't do their best because he felt that most Nigerian basketball, female basketball team, basketball as a whole, we don't have a female basketball league, which is very bad, and of course played a very a negative part at the tournament. He said most of the players who he used them at the tournament are a bunch of players who are based abroad and playing basketball at the same time, going to colleges. So he said for him, he didn't do badly. But of course, he said the Nigerian Basketball Federation has a lot of work to do. They have to ensure that we have a very standard league, the standard female league, just like we have in the male league, and we have with the males team. Of course, we know the likes of Kano Pillars, Islanders, and all that. But on the part of the women, we don't have a league, which to me is not a good one. But of course, the Nigerian, the president of the Nigerian basketball team, talking about Tijani Umar, actually said that the reason why we actually posted a very poor performance at the tournament was because of the fact that we didn't have enough preparation. At the same time, there was no adequate funding.
It's the same music, but let me get Toby talking. They lost to Mali 50-57, so close. That's not even the one that I want to talk about. They lost to Mozambique 74-77, 3 points. You will agree that there's no character in that team.
Yeah, there's no character. The team spirit is down, and couldn't talk about not having a female basketball tournament going on in Nigeria. You can't expect these girls who you come for like 2 or 3 weeks to this tournament to perform magic. There is no cohesion in the team. You could expect this. Most of these players don't know each other, where they just came in because of they got plenty of talent in there. There was no cohesion. The team momentum was not there. They were expecting these girls to perform magic when the preparation is not there. We don't have a female league, running week in, week out in Nigeria. Sadly. We just bring ladies down from America, from London down together for 2 weeks and expect them to go out to a tournament to perform magic. Where you have a team like Mozambique, Kenya, who have picked these girls together from their
Senegal, Mali.
Put teams together, and they have a solid preparation. And also Cote d'Ivoire. But I think it's very sad. We need to look inward. We need to look about the female league, the female basketball here. We need to build something for them. Then we can complement it with girls coming from Europe down here, and we can mix it together, have a long-term preparation, and we could have a very good tournament going to the next female basketball tournament. But anything short from that, I think failure will be something we will continue to achieve when we talk about female basketball in Nigeria, in Africa.
I totally agree with you, and it's not just us in the studio that has been talking about the D Tigers failing to qualify for the 2014 FIBA Basketball Championship. The media officer of the Nigeria Basketball Federation, Patrick Omoro, just stopped by and he had to say some few words concerning the team. Let's listen to him. We'll be right back.
What happened with women, to me, is that they didn't prepare at all. You don't prepare for a major competition like that in 10 days and you expect to get good results. So, the girls did their best, especially in the game against Mozambique. I think maybe the crowd and the politics of the game affected them. Otherwise, we'll have won that match and even qualified for the semi-final. But so I think a major problem with the federation actually is funding. But I'm telling you from what the president told me, that they didn't get half of the money they actually expected. So that was why the preparation was very haphazard, and the players didn't really get allowances. Let me talk. They got daily allowance for the competition, but they didn't get anything for even winning those 4 matches they won in Cote d'Ivoire. So I don't want to talk about women. I don't know what happened in Cote d'Ivoire and Maputo, but I didn't go there. But I'm telling you that the major problem we had was funding, and the federation wants better funding from the Sports Commission if they are presenting the country.
And that's it. Patrick Omoro giving his views as regards the women's basketball team, the Tigress. Sad to hear him say that allowances were not paid, no funds. How do you want the girls to play?
How do you want to perform? It's very, very sad. Ukon is very, very sad, really, because you can hear. Yes, we know the way. I think we are putting too much sentiment when it comes to gender in Nigerian sport. In football also we see this thing happen to female footballers. It's also happening in other sports, basketball. Why they hold them allowances when they work for this money, they have the right to get this money. It's very, very surprising. It's very, very sad. You expect these guys to go out there and say they want to die for Nigeria. It is not possible when you don't have anything motivating you. You talk about the shambolic performance. You talk about how we don't have a female basketball, a tournament running in Nigeria. You expect these guys to perform magic. I think like the coach, I think I will agree with the coach. It is not a failure for the team, but a failure for the Federation of Basketball.
Okay, you're still watching Sports Tonight on Channels Television, and right now we're giving attention to basketball in Nigeria. We put together a special report just to understand how far basketball has gone in this country. We'll wait to see it now. We'll come back, we'll talk. Stay with us.
On the roll, Basketball made its entry into the Nigerian sports scene when the country formally joined FIBA in 1964. Despite enormous potentials, the country has so far only achieved marginal successes.
Right now we are number 2 in Africa in the